Hi, my name is Melanie Hines. I'm your fastest IRAQI Dinar summary on the net. We have military and sources that are on the ground there. They're Army Rangers. They're positioned in the Middle East, and they're the ones who get us. They were on our live. They're the ones who give us the information, the breaking articles out of Iraq. If they're busy, I can also find the same based on the links they've sent me. So they are the reason why I'm here. They're the reason why I have a unique intel source that gives us stuff. They were in the chat this morning, so you can go see them. We're also you can just go to my live stream. We're doing something special for the military, and if you want to know about that, go to the live and I'll give you more details there. So also, I may be live tonight, so make sure you subscribe, tap the bell. If you have questions about anything about this Iraqi dinar, the revaluation, or how you're going to get your money here in America or any other country, please get on the live stream tonight. I don't know when I'm going to do it, but I know I'm going to go live again tonight. So get on the live stream and ask your questions there. So make sure you're subscribed, tap the bell so you'll be notified when that goes live. I don't know. I'm going to play it by ear. So our military sent us articles, and these are the articles. The ISX, the Iraqi Stock Exchange, records 4 million in weekly trading. Guys, Iraq, 4 million in US dollars in weekly trading on the Iraqi Stock Exchange. Did you even know they had a working Iraqi Stock Exchange? A lot of people don't think about that. And the military can invest in the Iraqi Stock Exchange. They have invested in that, and they're doing pretty good with their money. I'm just saying. The next article is U.S. offers 10 million reward for information on Ha leader Haider al-Sadeh. I think it's funny. I went through that article. I mean, they're offering rewards now for the crooks, and I think that's great. And they're doing it in Iraq. So the U.S. Department of State announced a reward of up to 10 million for information on this guy with a funny name, the Secretary General of Iraq Ansar, whatever, and Iran, a named militia group in Iraq. So they offered that reward, and so we'll see what happens because, you know, you think you're struggling in Iraq, they're really struggling. Amen. More than you probably are here. Next article, Iraq ranks among top global central bank gold buyers since 2020. Guys, they have a record amount of gold. They're third in the region. We covered detailed articles of that yesterday. And again, or my summary talked about it, so you could go to that summary. We talk about the facts coming out of Iraq and what the military is saying to us. Amen. Then we go to what everybody else is saying because I've got my Zoom today at 11. And I just realized we had music and we didn't get to it because I got to get to my Zoom, and I wanted to make sure to get this up for you. So I will go through the music they sent me tonight. It'll be fun, right? Tonight's live stream will be fun. So make sure you're subscribed, tap the bell so you'll be notified. Might have a cocktail. We'll have some fun tonight. Amen. So this is the summary. Well, let me tell you first. I'm the only channel that talked about the digital dinar and how it's running the Iraq Central Bank. And right now, the value of that digital dinar, we've been talking about that since June 8th of 2025. I've been talking about it for almost a whole year, okay? So the handle Forex, which is how it's on Coinbase, to Iraqi dinar is 125. That means for every currency that's put in the Iraqi Citizens Bank, if they take out mattress money and they have the larger notes and they put it in the central bank and they're getting 1-to-1, one Iraqi dinar to one digital dinar, the bank is making 0.25 above that. Okay, so they're making money. The banks always make money. Welcome to the world we live in. Now, I've always said, here's the map of Iraq. This is Kuwait and this is Iraq. Iraq has the new digital system the military told us because they're on it. And I'm going to talk more about it on the Zoom. So that's 11 for my members that are at least at the Miracle Manifestation level. This Iraq system is already in. That's the check mark. They got the new digital quantum, whatever you want to call it. You don't need a QFS card. That's what I maintain here. The banks are going to be fine. Don't worry about the banks. It's going to be messy. Take the money and run. If you need my steps, 3 steps to a safe exchange, just let me know in the comments down below and I'll tell you how you can get them. This is Kuwait, small country. One Kuwaiti dinar right now equals 3.25 US dollars. It's the most valuable currency in the flipping world. And this is Iraq. And you think it's going to stay at, what is it today on Google? Because it's not on Forex. It's at 0.00076. On my channel also, because I have lots of very intelligent people, because they realize I have a brain and I'm very intelligent. My background is very relevant. Auditor with Pricewaterhouse. Offered this chief financial officer position in many global companies. On May 27th, 2025, right before we found out the digital dinar was released, I didn't get this till August of 2025 because of my trader friend, who's a retired colonel. it says that Iraqi dinar is anchored and post Forex, meaning once it's live, it'll be at 48101. That means if you have $1 million dinar, it will be worth $4.801,000. 4.8, no, 4. If you have $1 million dinar, after this, if that's all you get, it's going to float, though. That by nature of Forex, it's going to float. So what does this say? In the executive summary, it says release is dependent solely on coordinated political timing optics, meaning it's not the CBI's fault. It's not even the prime minister's fault. It's coordinated political timing. So what does that mean? We don't know. We're not in the need to know, but we do know that nothing's holding it up. FX suppression is driven by political override, not Central Bank of Iraq. It's in Forex's hands, but it requires political override because it's political timing optics. They did a white paper on this in 2024, and we talked about it here. Again, subscribe, tap the bell. I have unique stuff nobody else has. Everybody else parrots everybody else. So now we're going to go to the summary of everybody else. So now we're going to talk about who we're going to talk to first. I don't know. Everybody's here. So Stephen here, this past week, we had President Donald Trump directly involved in halting $500 million US from going to the country of Iraq. You're right, he did that. So he's preventing US dollars from flooding the country of Iraq. That helps the prime minister of Iraqi dinar. That helps the prime minister. It helps for the stabilization of the Iraqi dinar. So I'm glad they did that. Now we got Fun Lou, who's usually a wet blanket. You know, they go back and forth. We always know Fun Lou is not that fun. We don't know the gender of this person because that name is spelled FNU and then space LNU. I don't know. It says, article, Cylinder Seal proposes a digital Iraqi dinar as a sovereign central bank digital currency, designed not merely as a modern payment system, but as a direct instrument of economic and trade policy. This is just as I told you. Supposedly, they're saying they told you so. What did they tell you so? He says, Iraq will use the central bank digital coin for trade and payments. The citizens will still have the paper dinar for commerce and country. What do you think? Comment down below. I just told you about the digital dinar. I've been covering it since last June. Now they're saying they're whatever. It's not about getting credit. God gives me all the credit I need. The next step is to redenominate the dinar and require the citizens to exchange the 30 notes for the new currency and only have a very short window to do so. And at the same time the window closes, the RV will take place, giving the citizens spending power. And then we will have the 30 notes worth the RV rate, even though our notes will still have 3 zeros. This could take some time, perhaps years. But I wanted to read that to you because now people are coming on board with the digital dinar and their new banking system. That's what's causing the stability there. The military have told me as much. If you're on my Zooms, you would know that. My next Zoom is there every Monday at 11. Sandy Ingram, the Strait of Hormuz. What would happen if and when oil hits $200 a barrel? The Iraqi budget wouldn't just balance, it would explode in a massive surplus. Is this the event that would trigger the ID currency adjustment? Iraq's economy depends on oil and their budget will balance if oil is priced at $70 a barrel. If oil goes up to 150 to 200, Iraq's foreign reserves will double within months. We already know they have 100 billion in foreign reserves held by the United States. Yes, because they've been under sanctions, because they weren't good. Now they're good. So we're about to release it, but they didn't want to release a bunch of cash. You know, you got to understand how this works. This is not a pie in the sky assessment. This is an assessment of global economists can clearly see, and now you can see. And if you want to know my perspective on everything going on in the world, you'll get on the Zoom at 11 a.m. You just join as a member at a minimum numerical manifestation level. God told me you would get 100-fold, so why not? You know, it's cheaper than all your subscriptions to all the programming that teach you that everything's going bad, dark, murder, bleh. This is light, love, positivity, and how your mind creates your reality in accordance with Christ. Amen. Only for the kingdom. Samson, the president of the republic, affirms to the governor of the central bank of Iraq the necessity of strengthening the dinar and continuing reform. He's already given the rate to Forex and nobody's talking about it but me. Amen. Please subscribe and tap the bell. Militiaman, oil prices are rising on supply concerns. The medium heavy was somewhere around 122. That's big because their budget's at 70. That's $50 over budget every barrel of oil. I know, that's a lot of money. And at the same time that is taking place, Iraq is actively working on alternative routes in domestic production to reduce single point of risk. It is the best time to be alive. And I've always agreed with Militiaman. Never had a problem with him, and I don't think he's ever had a problem with me. Frank 26, however, that's a different story. We're opposite. America is removing any Iranian influence, and if you're connected to Iran in any way, shape, or form, and you do not go along with Iraq's monetary reform, then you are removed. Guru Jeff, he's one. He's got a Patreon account. He's got a YouTube channel too. You can follow him. I like him. I like Jeff. He's got the same name as my favorite brother. Let me tell you how this is going to break down between the Central Bank of Iraq's website and Forex. Now, this is interesting. I don't know if this is true. Comment down below if you have any information that this is true. And again, we can talk about this on our live tonight. Forex is delayed by 3 days from the central bank, it said. If you have Iraqi dinar, go to the Central Bank of Iraq's website to know when the rate changes. So it says, Dinar Guru. You can always see the official CBI dinar rate in the left column of this page. Dinar Guru alert members get multiple emails every time the CBI changes the rate. If you're not a member, the blue box at the top of the page, it's free to join. You can join that site. I'm just saying. Stephen, again, if you were an investor in the Iraqi dinar, you should be very encouraged and feel very positive about what the investment that you hold. He is. He said, I believe we're going to see some major movement and some major change in the near future. Well, God told me to tell you it's done, because that's the only time you make movement and prepare for this, because you got to prepare your mind, you got to prepare your body. Your body's going to go through shifts. Are you feeling the shift? Everything needs to change for you to allow this wealth to come in and not just go out as fast as it came in. You have to prepare your mindset. You have to have a wealth mindset. Okay. Funlu, you know, they're not very fun, but anyways, Moody's has changed its outlook on the government of Iraq to negative from stable, and affirmed its long issuer ratings at CAA1. They had gone up, I think, as high as, I don't know, C. But it says, this verifies my contention that the war is and has caused serious degradation of the economic outlook. 2 steps backwards. That's fun, Lou. Yeah, if you look at it that way, but they don't want you to think it's going to happen. They are incentivized for you to not believe it's ever going to happen. They don't want a bunch of U.S. citizens to profit from their country revaluing. Does that surprise you? Head, snake, make any sense? I'm just saying. Again, Sampson says, Iraq maintains its position among the world's top holders of gold reserves. What else do you need? I think it's done. Oh, Bruce. A lot of people don't like him. We're going to see if we do get notifications, see whether we get started Monday, Tuesday with exchanges. The Mountain Goat. That's a she. Right now, today, you can go on Forex and see the trends for the Kuwaiti Dinar. 1 Kuwaiti Dinar is equal to 324. 325, I just looked at it. Yes, the Kuwaiti dinar is the strongest currency in the world. Take a look at the assets of Iraq as they more than double that of Kuwait. Yes, Iraq, right next door to Kuwait. Why would anyone doubt that the Iraqi dinar would possibly come out at a reinstatement of 480? Exactly, my thoughts exactly. What do you think? Comment down below. I'd love to have you as part of the family where we're just wise. We're wise and we're about to become very wealthy. If you agree, comment. Amen.